Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jamesville-DeWitt Central High School here in DeWitt, New York, for this contest between the visiting Liverpool Warriors and your Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams. Hi everybody, Sam Gelfand, the cream to your coffee, the butter on your bread, and the icing on your cake. It has been 3 long months, almost said years, but it's been months, feels like years, since we've had athletic competition here at Jamesville-DeWitt, and we are so happy that it is finally back, and what a contest we are bringing you to kick off the 2021 fall season. We'll be going right back out live in just a moment with the starting lineups. Thank you so very much for joining us here live on JD.TV. Messed up that intro badly. That's okay.
Why?
Oh, I forgot to say half the things I wanted to say.
Right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jamesville-DeWitt Central High School here in DeWitt, New York. My name is Sam Gelfand, the voice of the Red Rams, and I would like to be the first to welcome you to this contest between the visiting Liverpool Warriors and your Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams. The LISTHSAA would like to remind each and every one of you that the key to good sportsmanship is not to root for any one team to lose, but instead to root for any one team to win. If any of your family or loved ones are unable to attend tonight's game, it is being streamed live on YouTube. Just look up JD.TV on YouTube, and you will be able to find the live stream to tonight's game. Also, don't forget to check out our concession stand, which is located just beyond the flagpole to the right of the field. All the cool kids are getting stuff from it, and you want to be a cool kid too, don't you? Now, without further ado, let's go straight into the starting lineups. Starting with the visiting team, the Liverpool Warriors. From Liverpool, New York, coached by Nicole Murphy. Number 4, Sophia. And in the goal tonight for the Liverpool Warriors, number 1, Maggie Tipp. Ladies and gentlemen, the visiting Liverpool Warriors. And now for your Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams. Coached for the first time by Matt Murphy. Number 2, Megan Baker. Number 4, Caroline Stone. Number 5, Kate Barclay. 14, Sydney Bellati. Number 15, Alice O'Connor. Number 18, Rory Leach. Number 21, Brooke Fort. And in the goal tonight for your Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams, number 44, Lauren Parker. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and face the flag located next to the scoreboard for the play of tonight's national anthem. Thank you. Tonight's match will begin momentarily.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Jamesville-DeWitt Central High School here in DeWitt, New York. Sam Gelfand, the voice of the Red Rams, as we are about to be underway in this season opener between the Liverpool Warriors and the Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams. Now, the key to tonight's game is redevelopment. Both of these teams fielded extremely young squads in the 2020 season. Both of them still fairly young, although Liverpool right now only has 6 seniors, 1 freshman, 5 sophomores, 8 juniors. And they've had a rough go of it. 2019 record of 3-13, 2020 record of 2-8-3. But they've been getting better consistently as time has gone on, and so many of these players, despite being juniors, already have 3 years of experience on varsity underneath their belts. And as we know, there is no better teacher than experience. And speaking of experience, much of the Red Rams' offensive attack is going to rely on the productivity of Megan Baker. Baker hit something of a sophomore slump last year, only scoring 11 goals and 1 assist after being number 2 in the entirety of New York State in 2019. Looks like Liverpool will get the ball first. It'll be Mia Wright to start things off. Any moment now. And we are underway. The Red Rams attempt to take possession quickly, but Liverpool is making them start on the back foot. Goes out of bounds, though. Quick throw in by the Red Rams. And immediately moving it onto the other side of the pitch. Lots of play along the touchline, which is really going to speak to the quality of the kicking in both of these teams. Now, the other X factor that we're going to have to expect from the Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams is this is their first game playing with a new head coach in something like 19 years. After the legendary Haley Neese decided to retire at the end of last season, it is Matt Murphy now, the former head coach or former assistant coach of Fayetteville Manlius, who helms the squad for JD as goalie Lauren Parker attempts to get things out of harm's way. Fighting at midfield now. Quickly going towards no man's land, and the Liverpool Warriors will be the first one to the ball. Paige Kinahan tried to get there even quicker. Now Kinahan accidentally gives it away. Of course, that is the name of the game in soccer, is possession. Wright with the quick steal, although the pass from Grace Muller was not quite as successful, off the foot of Carolyn Stone. Got some new faces here for both of these teams. Though the Red Rams fielded, I believe, 12 juniors on last year's squad. Almost all of them returning this season. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we have a live chat here underneath the video on YouTube, and feel free to add your thoughts, and if we like what you're saying, might even read it out on the air because we've got it up right next to us. Alexa Marsh with the steal and possession, and it goes off of her shin and out of bounds. So it's a Red Ram ball. The Red Rams had a record of 5-5-1 last year, their first rebuilding season in quite a while after a streak of 11 straight Section 3 Class A titles. Referee says it is Liverpool ball. There's a little bit of confusion. Caroline Stone thought it was going Reds' way. And it is immediately right back out of bounds. Now, I'll tell you for a fact that both of these teams are hoping this does not go the way that last game went. The last time these two teams met up, because on October 31st, 2020, Halloween, well, it went on for a scary long time. It was tied 0-0 after double overtime. Lauren Parker with 14 saves for the Red Rams. The only statistic of note because, well, let's face it, nobody scored. 4 minutes out of the way in this game so far, and really, it could be anyone's game as we've seen so far. The Red Rams will retake possession. A quick trip out there, but luckily right back to her feet. And that Stone in the corner there. Panicking was Lily Linder. Now Red Rams pushing forward. And a quick stop and clear by the goalie Maggie Tift. Tift actually the most productive playmaker for the Liverpool Warriors on both sides of the ball, at least in 2020. Led the team with 66 saves and also 2 goals and an assist. An .846 save percentage as the Red Rams have a chance to do something here. That's Megan Baker. 2 people on her, off the hands of Tift, and what a save! take a look at it one more time as Tift gets tested for the first time this season. Megan Baker with her first shot on goal. Expect to see many more of those, not just tonight, but for the entirety of the 2021 season, as she is one of the most prolific scorers in all of Section 3, if not New York State. Kate Barclay ready to throw it in. We thank each and every one of you for joining us here live on JDTV. Trying a few new things this season. You might have noticed we got a new graphics package. Spent like 2 weeks working on that. And don't forget that we have a Twitter account now. You can follow us on Twitter at GoRedRams to get all the latest updates, as well as sharing exclusive information about upcoming matchups. Hard shot from the Red Rams defense. The Red Rams were certainly a defensive squad last season. But then again, so were the Liverpool Warriors. Their only all-CNY selection, Sophia Giraz, is a defender. She comes back. She's a junior right now, and she already has, well, she's entering her third year of varsity experience. More touchline play. And now it's Baker fighting away. Attempt at a cross. The internet seems to be having a bad day right now, I'll be honest. Not much we can do about that. We do have Ethernet back in the gym, but we're on Wi-Fi out here. Scoring chance for Liverpool. Not if Caroline Stone has anything to say about it. The Liverpool maintains possession. They're forced back to the 30-yard line, though. If you're a member of the Red Rams defense, you're okay with this, even though Liverpool had possession, has. That's going to be present tense, past tense, present tense, past tense, not quite sure yet. Let's see. Has possession, present tense. You just force them back from about the 10-yard line to the opposing 40. And as a defense, that's all you can really hope to do, even if you haven't flipped possession over to your own team. "20 minutes into this contest now. A clear from the Red Rams and a trip as Brooke Bort sent down to the turf, but she appears to be okay, so that's the good news. Now Bort battling for it. Has to poke it out the other way. That's Ciara Fox for the Liverpool Warriors, the junior midfielder. One of 7 varsity call-ups for the Warriors this season. This could be a good season for the Warriors, at least by my estimations, from the simple fact that They have a young team with a lot of talent that's already been here before. 13 of their 20 players already have varsity experience, and yet only 6 of them are seniors. So the future is certainly bright for Liverpool. As for the Red Rams, though, this is a senior majority team. Though they have some young talent, this could be their last season for a little while to put a run together. And that has to be in new head coach Matt Murphy's frame of mind, as there's quite a large line change between both teams. Lots of substitutions, about 3 or 4 apiece. "18 minutes remain in the first half. And once again, don't forget that we do have a comment section here, and we are looking at it. So if there's anything you want to contribute to today's discussion, feel free to put it in the chat, and if we like it, we'll read it out on the air. So the Red Rams hoping to put a counter together. It's Megan Baker at midfield. Passes it down to Linder. Linder all the way to the opposite touchline. And intercepted by Liverpool. About as blatant of a trip as you'll see. And you'll see it again real quick. So we're ready for a free kick. Red Rams hoping to turn this free kick into a cross. Here it comes. Down towards the goal and in! That didn't even have to be a cross. That just went straight in. How about that? 1-0, the Red Rams go up. And first blood, I believe, goes to Rory Leach with the first goal of either of these teams' seasons. And the Red Rams take the lead in the first half. Unassisted for Rory Leach. She only had 1 goal in 2020, but she did have 5 assists, which led the team. So she's usually been in a position to set others up for scoring opportunities. The Red Rams will happily take this lead, though. There's still 16 minutes left to play in the first half. The lights have come on here in DeWitt, and now the internet's fine. The delay is 30 seconds to a minute usually. Not 8 minutes, but that's okay, because hopefully we'll find some way to catch it up over halftime or something. But yeah, we do apologize for the technical difficulties concerning the internet that we seem to have experienced here at Jamesville-DeWitt High School. As the goalie Maggie Tift sent it back out and out of play. So a good effort by Wright to keep it in bounds, but it's a Red Ram ball. So it's Baker now. And sent back away by Jaraz. Got to give credit to your defenders. They may not have stats to pop off the page because, defenders don't really have stats, but they are such a crucial part of both of these teams' game plans. As demonstrated, and that was close, but not a goal. Went wide left, but a good effort from the Warriors. So it's still 1-0 as there's 7 minutes left in the first half. And from the looks of it, the stream just jumped ahead again because now it's caught up. There's only a 15-second delay. So at least that's nice. You didn't miss much in the 8 minutes that the stream just cut out. Don't blame me, blame YouTube Studio. It's the best laid plans, right? And speaking of best laid plans, it seems that the Warriors have struggled to implement theirs, as they've only really had 2 opportunities this entire game to score. One was a save by Lauren Parker, the other one just wide left just a few moments ago. The Red Rams defense just overwhelming Liverpool as it did last season. Don't forget the last time these two teams faced off, it was on Halloween 2020, and we went to a 0-0 tie after double overtime. Now the Red Rams on the counter. It's Sydney Ballatin pushing up. Save, no one by the goal, and a stop by Tift. Maggie Tift with an excellent save. Sorry we can't show it to you, but it was excellent. And now here's another opportunity. Quickly, Bort scores! It is 2-0. Courtesy of Brooke Bort. The sophomore had 2 in the 2020 season and already has 1 in 2021. Let's watch it one more time. Brooke Bort saw an opportunity and she took it. We are once again underway, although the clock is not moving. Now it is. Gentle reminders, am I right? So Brooke Bort scores with less than 5 minutes, or just over 5 minutes. 5:01 was the exact time of goal left in the first half, and it is 2-0. So at the very least, we are guaranteed not to have another 0-0 tie like last year. Unless someone somehow invents a rule that allows 2 goals to be taken off the board. I don't know, academic eligibility requirements? I'm no referee. Alexa Marsh. Sent back to Sienna Villa. Double teamed, breaks through. Little through ball through the legs and then over the touch line. 4 minutes left in the first half. And the Red Rams staying aggressive. Ballatin the throw in. And Bort, open for a second opportunity, tried to give it to Baker. Sent back out by the Warriors defense. Ballatin now. Tries to push up to Baker. Baker looked like she tripped for a moment. Stays in bounds at least momentarily. Now there's 3.5 minutes left, at least before we go to the extra time. Now it's Bort double teamed. The Red Rams would love to score once more before halftime. But with it just sent back out of bounds, that's going to be a goalie kick, and that'll squash those plans potentially. Substitutions coming on. Just one for the Red Rams. It looks like the ball was actually sent out by the Warriors, so it'll be a corner kick for Sydney Ballatin. Ballatin measures up for the cross, and it's a little undercooked, sent out by Sienna Villa. But Ballatin attempts one more time, sent out this time by Molly Ryan. And that's the value of good defense. Paige Kinahan now. Think she might find a lane. Sent back, Rory Leach. For the first goal of this season, into the corner. And sent away by Carissa Rudiger, who ends this party as soon as it started. Barely got to get the pizza out. The party hat's still sitting in the boxes underneath the table. Minute and a half left before the extra time in the first half. So now that the internet seems to be working somewhat, knock on wood, feel free to let us know what you thought of this first half in the comments section below. We're reading everything. So very much for joining us, though, live or on the replay, whichever one it may be, because at this rate, well, it all depends on my level of tech support. So we thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be right back in just 7 minutes with the start of the second half. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Jamesville-DeWitt Central High School here in DeWitt, New York, as we are about to start the second half of this contest between the Liverpool Warriors and the Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams. Once again, I'm Sam Gelfand. Thank you so very much for joining us here live on JDTV. We've had some internet issues throughout the game, so we do apologize for that. Usually the Wi-Fi here in the press box either just works or it doesn't. It doesn't just cut out like it has been tonight. So if the replay turns out to be too choppy, we'll put up a full version of the broadcast without any interruptions, clean cut, no stuttering. But hopefully we won't have to do that. We'll see what happens after the game. Otherwise, let's focus on the game itself. So far, the Red Rams up 2-0 over the Liverpool Warriors. It has been the difference maker has really been defense tonight, as both of them have been working at full throttle so far, but the Red Rams have just been a little bit more watertight. Believe it or not, Megan Baker has not scored either goal so far. Each one went to Rory Leach and Brooke Bort in order, respectively. So we'll see what the Red Rams do in the second half, if they'll ease off or attempt to apply a little bit more pressure, because really, let's face it, there's no such thing as too much insurance. Gotta look down. It's back over there. Let's look at the camera. There we go. Second half about to be underway once Liverpool done with this little conference. And that's Megan Baker warming up. Baker in her fourth season on varsity. 2 hat tricks in the 2020 season as she's attempting a little bit of balance with the ball. Well, quite the juggling skills. Had more goals in 2020 than all other Red Rams combined that season. Also, she has a twin sister, Paige, which really makes you wonder, maybe her success, maybe that's Paige. Maybe Megan and Paige are swapping when no one's noticing, and so they stay fresh in the game. One's a blonde, I'm being told. Not identical twins. Probably should have asked that before I went on that rant. Well, now we know. You know, if one of them dyed their hair, you wouldn't be able to tell them apart, probably. But we're underway here now with the second half. And the Warriors attempt to take possession quickly. It has been a high-octane game as Jalen Parrott sent it back down. Don't forget, the teams have switched sides. It's been a while since we've had soccer, so might as well refresh ourselves. After all, I thought there'd be extra time, but I guess there's not in high school soccer. I forgot that myself. You know, you study up the 17 rules of the game, and then it turns out that at least only 16 of them apply. Wright sends it into a header. Dermody not a fan of Liverpool's offensive progress. Now it's Kalavita running into stiff competition from Kate Barclay, though Kalavita cannot get to it before it goes out of bounds. So Lauren Parker sets up for the goalie kick, and here it comes. And it was a pass back to Liverpool, but not for long. Possession has changed frequently in this game. There haven't really been many long counters or long streaks of possession. It's just been back and forth as Megan Baker may have to go the length of the field herself into the corner of the pitch and forced out. And it should be no surprise that Megan Baker paired up with Sophia Jaraz. Jaraz, the 2020 All-CNY selection, well as an All-Section 3 and All-SEAC first team selection. Also runs winter track. And she was instrumental in preventing the Red Rams from scoring last time, and is probably instrumental in preventing the score from being any higher right now, as that will roll wide right of the goal. Red Ram ball, Sydney Ballatin with the throw-in. Contested ball sent back the Red Rams' way. Like I was saying, I'm almost hesitant to call who's got possession because it just changes so often in this contest. These teams are very closely matched despite the score. And it goes out and goes someone else's way again. It's a good thing we don't have a possession arrow here like basketball, because that switch would probably just get worn out from use. Look like you're swatting a fly. But speaking of swatting flies or other large bugs, don't forget to join us Saturday at 10 a.m. as the Red Rams girls soccer team will take on Fayetteville Manlius. That'll be a heck of a contest. Hopefully a closer one than last. TV now has a Twitter account. You can follow us at GoRedRams for schedule updates and other statistical and factual information. The JD Athletics Twitter account hasn't been updated since 2016, I think, so news of cancellations and things of that nature might be coming through me. Parker with the heads up. Warriors are unable to capitalize on that opportunity, though they came close, extremely close. As that looks to be Grace Muller, I think. Yes, Grace Muller had a moment where it almost looked like there'd be a cross and might have gotten Lauren Parker off guard, but she just couldn't get to the ball in time. And now it's Ballatin taking it down the pitch. At the 20-yard line. Now it's Linder into the corner. Still in play. Baker, double team at the goal. Can she turn it around? No, has to send it back out and into the waiting legs of Alexa Marsh. Could have been starting something. Red Rams got to be starting something. Yeah. Baker with some fancy dribbles. In fact, fancy enough to cross up her own teammate as Rory Leach almost couldn't keep up. Now Leach double-teamed herself, attempts a pass to Bort, but gets past her and out of bounds. You know, we didn't have those black screens last season. It's so convenient. I believe they were taken down, and we only put them up during lacrosse season. Don't know why. But I do not you know what? I'll have to look back at the old games, but I don't remember us having those. Of course, all past JD TV broadcasts are archived on this YouTube channel, and if you want to watch any of them, say you want to go back and watch our Halloween edition of JD TV last year, where we added a couple of spooky graphics and then nothing else besides that, really. Go back and watch them all on this YouTube channel. And of course, this game will be up afterwards as well. Be able to watch on demand. Throw in from Villa. And now Wright attempts to push up, denied. Went to Baker. Now sent up and out. I believe that was Ballatin. Now Brooke Bort. Up to Baker. Baker quadruple teamed out to Bort. Bort still maintaining possession against the fierce defense. Knocked down. And a foul is called. Now that is a dangerous free kick if you're the Liverpool Warriors. And it looks like they're going to give it to Megan Baker to take, so you have to imagine she's thinking goal right off the bat. She doesn't want to cross. She wants the whole enchilada, and she knows that she can order it. Baker sends it in, skips off, save by Tift. Baker might not have had full power on it as it skipped across the ground, but Tift had a read on it, and that's the most important factor. 10 minutes have elapsed in the second half, and the score remains 2-0. Had Tift not been there, it would have been 3-0, but let's be honest, most soccer scores would be higher if there was no goalie. You know, I think that in soccer you should be able to pull the goalie for an extra forward like you can in hockey. I think that would make for a much more interesting game. If you agree or disagree, we have the comment section, and please, I want to know your thoughts on this. Because I do believe that the meetings to change the rules for the NYSPHSAA are in September, so let's start getting these ideas down now. Sent forward by the Red Rams, no one there for Bort. Bort porks it forward, saved by Tift. Brooke Bort hoping for her second goal of the night. Still Liverpool ball. Now, if you are someone like Athletic Director John Goodson, you have to be happy with the way that Murphy is managing this game so far. Everyone seems to be staying fresh. Shot attempt wide enough right that Parker didn't really have to move. The Red Rams have had a very specific game plan so far, and they have been executing it. Parker lines up and sends out the goalie kick. Targeting Lily Linder. And sent out by Wright. The Liverpool Warriors had 6 All-SCAC picks in 2020, highlighted, of course, by Sophia Giraz, but Jalen Parrott, Alexa Marsh, Grace Muller, Carissa Rudiger, and Hannah McWatters all returning. Every single one of their All-SCAC picks remains on the squad this season. There seems to be a referee conference of sorts. Not quite sure what they're discussing, but the clock has stopped. Have to imagine they're talking about the implementation of a rule, but as soon as we get a ruling, well, we'll let you know what's going on. Well, this game resumes, and the contents of the discussion may forever remain a mystery. Gotta wait to restart this clock so it matches up with what's in the stadium now. There we go. The throw-in about to come in from Sienna Villa. Linder with the ball. Kept away by Leach. It's an aggressive play, but the Red Rams are at least temporarily able to maintain possession. Not for long. Muller into the waiting Red Rams. Pop up. Right center field, falls to the ground, no outs. Sent down the way by Maeve Murphy. And out of play. That was a long shot, both literally and figuratively, from the Red Rams. Not much of a chance of anything happening there. As the score remains 2-0 with 25 minutes remaining. The Warriors' defensive line sure has gotten a workout tonight. As Villa sends it to Muller. Muller down the touchline. Keeping her close is Dermody into the corner. Dermody, fierce, takes it away. And now the Red Rams will attempt a full pitch counter. Gets tripped up though, have to improvise. Send it down, attempting a pass to Baker. Takes a little bit to get there, but it does eventually. Baker sends it up. Murphy can't get to it. Baker nearly avoids a collision. Muller, through ball. O'Connor deflects. Muller pushing forward to right. Right, just one person there. Dermody sends it out, big collision. Putting her body on the line for the sake of defense. A corner kick for Liverpool is incoming. Right, trying to position herself. Parker coming all the way out of the goal. And luckily for her sake, nothing going as she scoops up yet another one. The pendulum of momentum might be beginning to swing the Warriors' way. But that won't help. 2 subs coming on for the Red Rams. Unlimited substitutions allowed at the high school level. Goalie kick from Parker. Murphy has to hustle a little bit to make sure that doesn't go out. Liverpool does not have as deep of a bench as the Red Rams do. Liverpool only 20 players on the roster. Jamesville-DeWitt 23. So, of course, they have fewer players to substitute, and there is no substitute for Lauren Parker in the goal. She is impeccable. Lauren Parker in 2020 with a .904 save percentage. It does not get much better than that. Throw incoming for the Red Rams. Now the question becomes, if you're the Red Rams, you got 20 minutes left in this match. Do you rest on your laurels, try to play keep away, and just try to maintain the status quo, or do you want to be a little bit more aggressive at the cost of possibly giving up the ball a few too many times in pursuit of growing this gap? So the next 20 minutes of this game might be a very good window into the mindset. Muller to Wright. And shot on goal attempt stuffed, courtesy of Kate Barclay. Three substitutions for Liverpool. 19 minutes remain. So the Warriors have to put up 2 to at least send this to overtime, 3 if they want to win this outright in the next 19 minutes. Just to restate the obvious real quick. But with defense like the Red Rams are providing, that is a tall task indeed. Ryan, saved by Parker. Lauren Parker is such an integral part of this Red Rams squad. Cannot be overstated. There's a new backup goalie this year, too. After Zumbel graduated in 2020, it is Emily Ballone now, the sophomore, who is backing up Parker. Tift sends it back out to the 30. Now the Red Rams fighting for forward progress, pinballing it back and forth. Goes out of bounds before anything exciting happens. Free kick coming for Liverpool. And it appears that the Red Rams strategy is, if the opportunity presents itself, try to make this 3-0. They're not content with riding out a 2-0 lead with 17 minutes left in the game. This could be wise. It's pushed up to the 10. But the Red Rams have confidence in defense, and they have it in spades. And another stop by Lauren Parker. becoming a familiar refrain. A little off the mark, so let's take another look at that last Parker stop. Villa sends it forward. "16 minutes remain in the game. And Dermody sends it out of bounds. A good hustle from the junior Harmony Russell. Her first minutes of varsity action in her career. Red Rams have 6 varsity call-ups this season. Liverpool has 7. And whether or not you are a supporter of Liverpool or Jamesville-DeWitt, we thank you equally for joining us here on JDTV. Less than 15 minutes left in the match. And that is indeed a foul. I believe that's O'Connor who takes the free kick. Now, if Bort can get there, she's got an opportunity. She gets there, but Tift gets there first. They collide. Tift comes up unscathed, and so does Bort, thank goodness. Brooke Bort, desperate for her second goal of the game, collides with Maggie Tift in the goal. But no one's worse for wear. Out of bounds despite the best efforts of Emma Lebedinsky. Lebedinsky, the team manager last season, recovering from an injury. Great to see she's healthy. So she had not played varsity ball since she was a sophomore. She's a senior now. And that time away really can be an issue for a player. Don't think I have to explain exactly how. Yeah, sure, there's an element of it being like riding a bicycle, you never forget. But getting the repetitions, the practice, keeping the rust off is extremely difficult when you're away from a sport for a year. Unless you're someone like Michael Jordan, then you can just take 2 or 3 years off and still be the greatest there ever was. And don't worry, during basketball season, we can have the full argument of who's better, Michael Jordan or LeBron. But we could be here forever with that. All I'm going to say, just a little food for thought, is LeBron is fantastic, one of the greatest ever, but does he stand head and shoulders above the rest of the league at all times? So when you measure the impact on the league relative to everyone else, I would argue that Michael Jordan is better. But that's just my opinion. Feel free to sound off in the comments and let us know what yours is. And we may have an argument about basketball during this girls' soccer game. Conflict up near the goal, and the Red Rams' defensive line is stellar. Beyond stellar is Brooke Bort now. Has it taken away from her by Sienna Villa. Now it's right. pushing forward. And taken away, Rory Leach sends it out. 11 minutes remain in the match. Sent back to Tift. That would have been a heck of a through ball, but it goes out. Over the touchline, despite Isabella Melfi's best attempt. She's just a sophomore, so she'll have plenty of time to get better at her ball handling skills. And that is the bright spot for the Liverpool Warriors, is they're doing a little bit better each time. Once again, in 2019, the record was 3-13. 2020, it was 2-8-3. So technically less wins, yes, but hey, 3 ties instead of losses. The Warriors will certainly take that, and they still have an incredible amount of young talent. Only 6 seniors, 14 underclassmen. Though this is also a situation that is not unfamiliar for the Warriors, as in 2020, out of their 8 losses, 7 of them were clean sheets. And some mosquitoes have invaded the booth now. There are at least 2 of them. So, well, you can't see it, but we are flailing wildly in the booth now. That ball went off the face of Alice O'Connor and into the hands of Lauren Parker. Lauren Parker is made of brick and mortar and stronger stuff. She is a wall. And Baker got hit badly by that ball, so the Red Rams will take possession, as it seems to have gotten her in the midsection, might have knocked the wind out of her. But she's up and walking, so that's the good news. 8.5 minutes remain in the match. The Warriors now moving with the desperation of potentially realizing they're not going to get many other attempts at counters in this game, and a save by Parker! Like the refrain from Sweet Caroline, so good, so good, so good. Seven and a half minutes remain, and the Warriors are playing like they know it, probably because they do. There's a big scoreboard out there. Wide left, no one's getting to that. You know, today is National Blueberry Popsicle Day. It's also World Coconut Day, and the birthday of Keanu Reeves, as well as a soccer legend, Carlos Valderrama. One of the first players I always picked playing backyard soccer, 2004, on my old computer. Had a cannon for a leg and a lot of hair. The Red Rams trying to find space to get that third goal. If at first you don't succeed, try again, and they are still pushing upwards. Sent out, and the Red Rams will get that ball back. 6 minutes left. If the Red Rams do want that third goal, that did take 20 seconds to get the throw in. That's valuable time. And now goalie kick or free kick for Liverpool. You could see Tift waving everyone down, saying, come on, go downfield. We've got to get that goal. But as long as the Red Rams are keeping them on the back foot, metaphorically and physically, that may not happen. 5 minutes left. Double teamed in the corner. Linder sends it up. And Leach gets to it in time. Tripped up. And the Warriors recover. Now the Warriors hoping for one last-ditch attempt. Moving to the middle of the pitch. But once again, the great wall of DeWitt proves to be too much, although they get it back. Long shot, save by Parker! A desperation shot on goal, but you're not going to catch Parker snoozing. Night has fallen on DeWitt, and the curtain is preparing to fall on this contest. As the Red Rams send it out once again. Bort has it taken away from her. 2 minutes left. .135 remaining. And the Red Rams just have to apply some more pressure. Just have to keep it up to secure victory once and for all. It's in their grasp. They can taste it. Save by Parker! Lauren Parker will happily rack up a few more saves before this game is done. 1 minute left. We will be doing some boys soccer this season as well. Our first, I believe, is against Oswego on the 20-something. Don't have the calendar up right in front of me, but we'll be doing the charity game against Rome Free Academy as well on October 2nd. And the contest against Cortland. And of course, don't forget to join us back here this Saturday at 10 a.m. as the Red Rams girls soccer team takes on the FM Hornets. Flagrant trip against Baker. She's taken a few of those today, 25 seconds remaining. And the Warriors, if they weren't desperate before, certainly are now. Even just one goal could do wonders for the self-confidence of a team like that, but there's 10 seconds left. No one gets to that. It's going to roll out of bounds. Fans are clapping because they know the end is inevitable. The Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams start 2021 with a victory. Against a larger opponent as well, they put the Liverpool Warriors down 2-0 in this hard-fought matchup. The first under new head coach Matt Murphy. As the team rejoices on the field, there's a lot to look forward to, not only for the Liverpool Warriors, who have a lot of young talent and a lot of promise, which we saw out on the pitch today, but the Red Rams are hoping that they may finally be back into the swing of things and get back to their winning ways after a 500 season last year, breaking an 11-year streak of sectional victories. They're hoping to get right back on the horse in 2021. We thank you so very much for joining us here live on JDTV for this contest. It's been a great one, and we thank all of you for joining us. I said that already, didn't I? That's okay. But my name is Sam Gelfand, because I haven't said that more than like 2 or 3 times already today. The voice of the Red Rams, and on behalf of everyone here at Jamesville-DeWitt High School and all of us at JDTV and Section 3 Athletics, we would like to wish you a very good night, wherever you may be.